Namaskar, welcome to Exercise Explained. In this video, I would be doing question number 5, 6 and 7, exercise 8A, current electricity, ICSE 10th physics. The previous questions have been done in the previous video, the link for which will be there in the description. The next questions will also be done in the next videos. The link again will be there in the description. So starting with the fifth question, a car bulb is connected to a 12-volt battery. So as we can see here, the voltage is given as 12 volts, draws 2 ampere current. So current is given as 2 ampere when glowing. What is the resistance of the filament of the bulb? So we need to find the resistance. Will the resistance be more, same or less when the bulb is not glowing? So when the bulb is not glowing, the resistance definitely will be less because there will be no current supply. So this is very simple. We can use Ohm's law to find this. So from Ohm's law, we know V is equal to I into R. So R happens to be V divided by I. R happens to be V is 12 divided by I is 2. So the resistance happens to be 6 ohms. So 6 ohms would be the resistance here. Sorry. Getting into the next question, that is sixth question. Calculate the current flowing through a wire. So we need to find the current. Resistance is given as 5 ohms and potential difference is given as 3 volts. Again Ohm's law, that is V is equal to I into R. So I would be equal to V divided by R. So I happens to be V is 3 divided by R is 5. So I'll multiply numerator and denominator by 2. So we get I is equal to 3 2s are 6 divided by 5 into 2 is 10. Now 6 by 10 is 0.6. So I happens to be 0.6 amperes. So these are like very simple questions. Getting into the next question, that is question number 7. In an experiment of verification of Ohm's law, following observations are obtained. So there are values of potential difference given here and there are values of current given here. Draw characteristic VI graph and use the graph to find. So I have drawn the graph here to save some time. Remember, potential difference will be on the y-axis and the current will be on the x-axis. I've marked all the points. The first point happens to be 0.2, 0.5, which is marked here. So this is the first point. The second point is 0.4, 1.0, that is marked here. The third point is 0.6, 1.5, that is marked here. The fourth point is 0.8, 2.0, that is marked over here. And the last point is 1.0, 2.5, which is marked here. So I draw a line through it and we see that it is a straight line. So we need to find few things here. Potential difference V when current is 0.5 amperes. So at 0.5, if we have to find the potential difference, there are few ways of doing it. The first way is through the graph. So if it is through the graph, we will be drawing a line from 0.5. So this is 0.5 here. So 0.5 we draw a perpendicular line and this line we draw at this side. So it comes exactly in between 1.0 and 1.5. So the number between 1.0 and 1.5 is 1.25. So the answer for this happens to be 1.25 volts. So this will be 1.25 volts. Now the next thing, current I when the potential difference V is 0.75 volts. So we need to find the current when potential difference is 0.75 volts. So we will make a line from 0.75 again. So as we can see, 0.75 will be exactly in between 0.5 and 1.0. So here we draw a line and we straight away come down. So when we come down, we reach exactly in between 0.2 and 0.4. So when we reach exactly in between 0.2 and 0.4, it is at 0.3. So the current is 0.3, and since it is current, it will be amperes. So we have got the current as 0.3 amperes and the potential difference as 1.25 volts. Now we can find the resistance in the circuit. So we know the formula from Ohm's law, that is V is equal to I into R, or we can say R is equal to V by I. Now we can take any two values of V and I. So I would prefer taking 0.5 and 0.2, that is the first value which we have. So we get this as R as 0.5 divided by 0.2. So we multiply numerator and denominator by 10, and when we multiply numerator and denominator by 10, we get resistance as 5 divided by 2, and the resistance happens to be 2.5 ohms. So 2.5 ohms is the resistance. Now we have got resistance over here. We can take any of the values and find resistance actually. Now we can again do the A part and B part just to check whether we have done it correctly or not. Now the resistance will remain the same. So coming to the A part, R will be equal to 2.5, which we have got here, and I is 0.5. So we know V is equal to I into R. So we had to find V. So that's going to be equal to 2.5 into 0.5. That happens to be 1.25. So as we can see here, the answer which we got graphically and the answer which we got by multiplying and using the formula are exactly the same. Let's try the B part also. So B part is going to be V is 0.75. V is 0.75 volts, and the resistance will be 2.5 only. So the resistance will be 2.5 ohms. So we need to find the current. So I from Ohm's law is V by R. So that happens to be V is 0.75 divided by R is 2.5. So if we multiply numerator and denominator by 100, we get 75 divided by 25 into 10. Instead of writing 250, I wrote 25 into 10, so it is easier for me to cancel. So 25 3s are 75, and 3 by 10 is 0.3 amperes. So we can see that by both the methods we have got the same answer over here. So hope you guys will like the video. Do share it with your friends. Question number 8 onwards will be there in the next video, the link for which will be provided in the description. So see you guys in the next video. Till then, Dhanyavad.